Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about some drugstore makeup. I've got 10 beautiful drugstore products just sitting right here, right in front of me that I truly believe are just as good as high-end makeup products. I feel like the drugstore has really stepped up their game. There's so many amazing, very affordable products out there that really do perform just as well as high-end makeup, and those are the products that I'm going to be talking about today. And these are not just products that, only look good when you first apply them. These are products that perform well, they last well. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and find it helpful. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the products that I'll be talking about today, and also let me know some of your favorite drugstore products that you have been really loving, and I would love to start like a little conversation down in the comments. It's always really fun. Of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed drugstore related videos, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So let's first start off with some really affordable blushes from two different brands. The first one is actually a blush that I just featured. I believe it was in my luxury and drugstore dupes video when I did like half a face luxury, half a face drugstore makeup, and I used the Essence Satin Touch blush. And I really wanted to mention these again because I feel like I just need to really stress how amazing these blushes are. So they are called the Satin Touch blushes, and I really do feel like that's like the perfect name for a blush like this, because when you feel the blush, it literally feels like velvet. Like if we were doing like a touch test and you put a Charlotte Tilbury blush, a Tom Ford blush, and then the Essence blush, I would probably choose this blush over all of them because this has like the most amazing feel to it. And because this powder is so velvety soft, it really does glide on the skin really beautifully. It applies like effortlessly. It's not too powdery or too pigmented that you get like an overly blush look. It sort of just applies the perfect amount of pigment to the cheek, and they are also matte. Couldn't recommend these enough, and I think that honestly you definitely could not beat the price. So these are the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. The feel of these blushes do also feel very high-end. They actually feel quite similar to the Satin Touch from Essence. They have a very like silky smooth feeling to them. However, the only difference is that these do have a bit of powder kickback, which isn't that big of a deal, but you do got to make sure to like sort of tap off your brush before you go in to apply it to your cheeks. But other than that little application tip, that's really like the only thing that you need to quote unquote watch out for with this blush. Otherwise, this blush applies really smoothly on the cheeks. I never have any issues with patchiness. They wear beautifully, and they also come in such amazing colors. They have matte as well as shimmer shades, and the shimmer shades aren't chunky or too glittery. They almost just give the blush an extra bit of glow. And the one that I'm wearing on my cheeks right now is this one over here called Mellow Wine, and it's a matte shade, and look how beautiful it looks. These are fantastic. Highly recommend them. Next, I've got two lip liners that I find are so comparable to higher end brands. Now, my favorite high-end lip liners are from Makeup Forever. They're the Aqua lips, I believe they're called. The reason why I like them is because they're so creamy. They just glide on the lips really smoothly, and they also last a really long time. And I do find that these two right over here are quite similar to the Makeup Forever Aqua Lips formula, which is why I love them so much. I wouldn't say they're exact dupes, but they do a very similar quality. So the first one that I want to talk about are the Milani Color Statement Lip Liners. It says that it's long-wearing, easy glide formula to line and fill, and that is exactly what they are. They really just glide on so smoothly. They have really awesome pigment to them as well. I really don't like lip liners that are too dry because I just find that it almost irritates the lips when you have to go back and forth to actually get a really smooth and clean and sharp line. But lip liners that have a bit more of like a creamier texture to them just glide on the lips with no effort, so you could get it done really quickly. And I do find that these also last for a really long time on the lips. So those are my thoughts on the Milani Color Statement lip liners. The next lip liner that I want to talk about is actually from Annabelle. Now, this is a Canadian company, so it can be a little bit more difficult to find in the States. I don't really know if you can find Annabelle in stores, but I do know that you can buy it online if you are interested. But if you are from Canada, then you could probably find Annabelle pretty easily. These are the Big Show Gel lip liners, and they are some of my favorite lip liners ever. I do find that they are very similar to the Milani ones, but I find that these are even a little bit creamier. This is a bright pink because I want to show you guys how pigmented these are. Like, look at that. Glides on so easily. You could honestly even just wear this on its own. You don't even need a lipstick. There you go. Those are two really awesome lip liner recommendations that I use all the time. All right, so next let's talk about some eyeshadows. Now, I have definitely spoken about these on my channel before, but I feel like I haven't spoken about them in a while, and I do think that these are so comparable to so many higher end metallic eyeshadows. So the Prismatic collection contains just really intense metallic shades, and I'm just gonna let the swatch speak for itself. Bam. Look at that. The eyeshadows are not glittery. They just have very intense metallic sheens. The one that I just swatched was in the shade Smoke and Mirrors. This one that I'm about to swatch is in the shade Fireball. It's one of my favorites. It's like a reddish coppery shade. They just feel really, really creamy. So here is the copper shade. There's really not much else to say about them other than the quality is just there, and they are definitely some of my favorite metallic shades from the drugstore. I actually do really want to try those new L'Oreal what are they called? The Infallible Metal Metallic eyeshadows. I've been on a hunt for them and I still can't find them, but I have heard that they are also really amazing. And when I heard about them, they did remind me of the Prismatic shadows from NYX. So definitely looking forward to trying those out. But in the meantime, if you also can't find them, the NYX Prismatics are a really, really great option. And they also come in so many really nice shades. Okay, I feel like I've spoken about this next product so many times in my most recent videos, and I'm so sorry if you're getting sick of me talking about this, but I mean, I guess that just says that I really like the product, obviously. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Smells so good. The product itself is called the Butter Bronzer, and it's obviously because of the texture of the product. The texture itself is very buttery, which basically means that the powder is very smooth and finely milled. And because of that texture, the pigmentation in the bronzer is definitely there. Like when you swatch it, you could see it, but it's not so strong that when you apply it to your skin, it looks crazy and it looks like you applied too much bronzer. Like when you take a brush and you actually like stab the bronzer pretty hard, you can see that there's literally no powder kickoff. And so when you apply it to your skin, it actually applies really naturally. So it almost applies a bit more on the sheer side, but it is very buildable. So you can definitely get more of an intense bronze look if that's what you're going for. It really just feels very high end, and I mean, can't complain about the scent. It smells like a coconut tropical paradise. So the next product that I wanted to mention is quite a new product that I have only very recently started to use, but I am so impressed with this. I had to mention it in today's video. So this is the Wet n Wild PHOTOFOCUS Foundation in Soft Beige. Now you may have recently seen me use this in my Get Ready With Me, and since that video I've used it on 4 separate occasions for very long periods of time, so I do feel like I've used it enough to say that I really, really like it. This is a very affordable foundation, and I feel like it looks so similar to so many of my higher end foundations that I have in my collection. It sort of just makes your skin look velvety smooth. I also really like the coverage on this stuff. Now, typically I don't really go for very high coverage foundations unless I'm going out or going to an event, but what I really like about this product is that I feel like I can sheer it out just by applying a very, very small amount and blending it out with my beauty blender, or I could just apply just a little bit more and I'm easily able to build it up to a medium or full coverage, like without much product at all. And that's definitely really great because that means that this little bottle will last you a very long time, since you really do need such a small amount of product. Overall, I am just so excited about this. I think that it is probably one of the best drugstore foundations I have ever tried. This is like right there at the top of my list with the L'Oreal Pro Glow. So the next 3 products that I want to talk about are all going to be from Maybelline. That is just out of coincidence because I do love a lot of Maybelline products. This one over here is the Master Strobing Stick. Now I have mentioned this a few times on my channel, and so this is basically just a cream highlighter stick. Now the reason why I wanted to mention this product is because I have tried so many different cream highlighting products. I just find that the Maybelline Strobing Stick is totally comparable to like $57 cream highlighters that I have in my collection. It's not overly metallic or overly intense. If you're looking for something that, you know, gives more of like a glow from within type of look, but with a little bit of a kick, then this is a really great product to use because it will still give you that glow, but it will look a lot more natural than those very intense metallic highlighters. It's beautiful for the summer, and I really just love it. And this one in particular, my favorite shade is in the shade 100 Light, and this is more of like a pinky shade. It's so pretty. Next, I wanted to talk about the Maybelline lipstick, specifically from the Nude collection. I'm not sure what the exact name was. It's this particular collection in like the smoky pink packaging. I really love all of the Maybelline lipsticks, but specifically the ones from this collection I'm really just so in love with. I really think that they are so comparable to much more expensive nude lip products. So this collection basically just has like a ton of different nude shades. So there's light nudes, there's dark nudes, there's warm, cool tone. There really is something for everybody. The actual formula of the lip product is pretty ideal. It's almost like the perfect hybrid between a matte and a cream lipstick because it's not completely matte and flat, and it's also not too creamy. It doesn't have that much of a shine to it, so it just lies right in the middle. I do find that it wears so well because it's not too creamy, so it doesn't like slip and slide around your lips. It really does just stay in place. And because it's not like a flat matte or anything close to that, it is still very comfortable to wear on the lips, and that is why I love this collection, and I think that it is totally worth checking out. So the last product in today's video, and this I don't even think has been released yet. I got it in a PR package about like a week and a half ago, and I've been trying it out ever since, and I'm actually wearing it on my face today as my bronzer and my highlighter. It is the Master Bronze and Highlight Kit. Looks like this. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is released yet, so here's a little sneak peek. In this kit, you've got 2 highlighter shades and 2 bronzer shades. I like to mix these 2 bronzer shades together and just apply it as my bronzer, and you can see it just looks beautiful on the skin. And then I used this highlighter today as my highlighter. And the reason why I think this is like just as good as a higher end product is because of how great they actually do apply to the skin. I find that the bronzer shades in particular just blend really beautifully, similar to like the butter bronzer. I have no issues with getting them on my face and looking smooth. The lighter shade over here does have a little bit of like a gold shimmer in it, and then this deeper shade doesn't have any shimmer, but it does have a bit of a sheen. It's not completely matte. I was a little bit concerned about this shade when I first saw this palette because I was like, am I gonna look like a shimmery gold disco ball when I put this on my face? But I do find that the gold doesn't even really translate much on the face, to be honest with you. I just find that it gives the skin a little bit of a glow. What I really love about these highlighters, and what I really feel like sort of makes it feel so high-end, is the actual finish of the highlighters. What I really love about this highlighter is that it's there, like you can see it, it's glowy, but it's also not too in your face. It's not like really intensely metallic that, you know, it's really hard to miss. It sort of just gives your skin that naturally glossy and dewy look, which I love. There you go. That is why I love the Master Bronze Kit. And when this does release, if it hasn't been released yet, because honestly, I'm not really sure, I would definitely recommend checking it out. So guys, that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Of course, do not forget to let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.